interview with you guys. Question number one. What dating app bio would you guys write for Kevin if you were writing his dating app?
I would write comes with a sexy safety salamander costume. Yeah, lots of best.
I'm trying to find it here. What's my favorite line? I think is "You look right sexy in a gag,"
and I did. Joking.
I'm not going to go there. Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the Left of Straight Show interviews, where we celebrate LGBTQ creatives, allies, storytellers, and the people that bring fresh, funny, and heartfelt stories to life. Today, I'm thrilled to welcome director and producer Glensy, writer and executive producer Asad Moghal, and actor Jake Watkins in studio. Their newest project, Kevin's Series of Unfortunate Events, is having its world premiere at the 2026 Tribeca Film Festival as part of the Indie TV Narrative Showcase. The series follows the hopelessly romantic Kevin through disastrously modern dating, only to discover that love may have been closer than he realized all along. Tribeca describes it as a tender, funny look at dating exhaustion, cynicism, hope, and unexpected connection. The film stars Jake alongside Ryan Sampson, Cecilia Noble, and Fiona Allen, and I can't wait to talk to them about this fun series. So please welcome to the show, Rex, Asad, and Jake. Boys, how we doing?
Great, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Good. Hello.
Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. We had some technical difficulties and you guys powered through it. I feel like I know you already. I was lucky enough to have Rufus on for Patterns like a couple of years back. So I kind of already am a little familiar with all of your work, and it's excited to see you guys together. I didn't get to talk to you last time, so welcome.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
And by the way, what you are actually watching is Patterns.
I was wondering because it's still the same character's name, and that was one of my questions. So that's done. I got to go into a little personal before we happen here. Jake, I don't know how you're doing this. You had a birthday weekend. You gave money to charity. You ran half a marathon. You're already cute and fit and now generous. What are you going to live for some of us gays here? How was that? Okay.
Well, let me just tell you, I maybe keep all this stuff, but I can't walk after yesterday, which is great. And not for the reasons why you should not be able to walk. It's because I run that half marathon and it absolutely destroyed my legs. Put it this way, I did no training because my toxic trait said, that's easy, you can do that. So halfway through the half marathon, I got the most severe cramp that I had to go to the medical tent. And they said, it's cramp. You either need to carry on or stop. And I said, well, there's no way my ego is letting me not cross that finish line. So I practically limped to finish it. God loves to try.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday to you, my friend. Thanks for taking the time to come here, pain and all. And
Thank you so much.
and Asad, we have to get you guys like matching clothes. I feel like I'm playing Where's Waldo with all the places you guys have gone throughout the world. I see you in Texas. I see you in African safari. I see you in Scotland. Talk to me about all these travels you guys do.
Well,
go on, Rick.
I mean, it's obviously no secret that Asad and I are a couple in real life. So we don't have any puppies or kids. So our free time is, and I should say, Asad is very, very busy normally. So we simply think of places that we were usually that neither of us has been before that we love to go to, with the exception of Japan. You'll see lots of Japan coming up in the near future, because we couldn't love it more. But most of the places we go, there is a specific connection. Particularly, you mentioned the African safari one. I think, Asad, maybe you want to tackle that one.
Yeah, so my parents are both from Nairobi and were born there and moved here to the UK in the 60s. So it was a chance for me to go and reconnect with my family's heritage and history and basically see where my parents grew up as children. So that's one of the reasons we went to Nairobi.
I love that. Well, I'm an Instagram stalker now, so I'm looking forward to the next trip. So that's very exciting. Let's talk to both you, Asad and Rex. Talk to me about, I mean, like I said, I saw patterns and now we have Kevin's adventures here. What draws you guys in your writing and directing to these stories about messy and complicated, but very human relationships? They're pretty cool.
Yes. So, I mean, Kevin in particular, that is based on my own dating life. So, a lot of the mishaps that you've seen, a lot of the trauma I've experienced in some form of another. So, for example, the guy whose energy went out, that happened to me. And so I was like, okay, I have to deal with this situation in one way or another. I can either just cry myself into stupor, or I can actually just find the humor in it. And so that's what we did with Kevin. Not every episode in Patterns has a similar origin story. So, for example, we have an episode in this season called The Two Ediths, which is about two older women who are basically want to murder one of their friends. And that simply came from I saw a road called Edith Terrace and a road called Edith Crescent. And I thought, well, they're probably friends if they were people. And so I developed the story from there. So I think it's fair to say that Patterns is my form of therapy in some form.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm just lucky. I just get fed these amazing scripts, and all I need to do is sort of find wonderful actors and then stay out of the way. And then we get this beautiful show that is Patterns. And as I said, what you've seen, Kevin's series of unfortunate events, is episode 4 of this series. And you know, when you get delivered a script, the quality of which is, you know, what Assad produces, it's just wonderful. It just makes life so easy. The characters sing I mean, and by the way, in the final episode, they literally sing because it's a musical. And Jake is one of the singers. He's in that episode. It's so wonderful to be able to surround yourself with such talent that you know, these wonderful queer voices and even non voices just come to life, and essentially you're just sort of herding it along and hoping that people are going to enjoy what it is that you make.
I love that. And that was one of my questions because I saw that Jake is a singer and I was kind of hoping we can do a musical episode, the Buffy the Vampire. I just watched that musical episode. I love anything to do with a good musical. And Jake, talk to me for you. I mean, you have a horror background in quite a few films, and now you have this interpersonal relationships. Is one harder for you to do acting wise than the other? You drawn to one more than the other? Talk to me about that through an acting lens.
I mean, I do love being a scream queen, and that's just not even in films. That's just everyday life. I do love being a scream queen. I love horror. Horror has such a big place in my heart. But I think that this Kevin's story, I think there is actually, you know, it is a comedy, but there is a bit of horror, really. If you take the comedy away, the situations that he's in are quite horrific, you know. So I think there isn't much difference there, really. I think they do really go hand in hand. And I think, honestly, if I'm going to be completely transparent, I just like being dramatic, which is why I love horror. And I think Kevin is dramatic as well. So I think they go hand in hand, in my opinion.
Very much so. I mean, Tribeca calls it a sharp romantic comedy. And how do you guys kind of balance that humor with emotional honesty, especially when you're writing, Assad?
So, I mean, I always like to say that I'm dead inside when it comes to emotion because I don't think I actually display any, but apparently other people do see it in what I do. But I do think that kind of balance is kind of key. So whenever there is a sense of sadness, a twinge of something that could be slightly horrific, I do think there's a sense of humor in it as well. We don't go through life just feeling one emotion. Everything is quite complex. There is that kind of layering. And that's the way that I kind of deal with things as well. So I just wanted to bring that to the fore when it came to the way that I write. So it's, as well as giving you that emotional connection, you can see the humor in the situation as well.
It works amazing. And Rex, talk about as a director, how do you want that visual style to reflect Kevin's chaotic romantic life? I mean, the DP and the lighting was amazing in this. Talk about the directing choices you had to make to kind of bring this show to life.
That's actually an excellent question. Simply because Kevin doesn't quite appear on the page the way you see him in the on the image, and that involved very, very careful choices to, in fact, the chaoticism of his life, exactly what it is you say. You know, whether, I'm not going to reveal too much, but each of those encounters that you see him required a different lighting choice, and it was always a progressive choice going towards the particular direction, what ended up being his last traumatic date, if you want to call it that. But the key that I always have is, I try to be, the two people on the call will tell you how successful I am at this or not. I try to be very non-dictatorial. Once the choices are made, once the lighting is made, the set places and all of that, then it's really up to the actors. I mean, Jake and I had several conversations about the character and who he was and what he came from. But then it's all Jake. What you see is very little Rex and mostly Jake. And I think to get that earnestness in the performance, it has to come from the actor. You know, these I think these overly oppressive directors, I don't think that's the best way of getting a great performance. And so what you see once the choice is made is really all Jake.
Well, visually it was beautiful, and Kevin, you did act so superbly in it. I gotta tell you, reading the log lines going into it, Kevin. Oops, I read online safety salamander, and I thought, well, that's a cute English expression. It's not an expression, dude. How was that to act in that all of a sudden?
That salamander, I think about it every single day of my life. It holds such a huge place in my heart. Do you know that the costume has a padded bum? It has a padded bum. This salamander has cakes, which is, the costume was like amazing to wear. Like, to act it was just hilarious. Like, when we were doing that rap, it was just so funny. It was just so absurd, but like, just worked. Like, it was just, honestly, I don't know where Asad plucked that from, but I just thought it was absolutely brilliant, to be honest.
Yeah, it's twofold. The tangible is, I'm sure everyone has experienced those acting troupes that come into your school and tell you, no, don't do drugs, kids. Stay away from the harsh realities of the streets. So there's an element of that. The other is, I don't know where the hell it came from. It's probably some nightmare somewhere that this salamander comes to me and critiques everything I do during the day. And one day I woke up and just said the sentence, online safety salamander. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds like that should be a sentence. And it just came to be.
It was a fun treat. I thought something lost in translation here to what a salamander is in English, but hello. All right. Very, very nice. I like it. Asad, talk to me. I mean, you have a digital communications background as well as your screenwriting. How does that influence how you write these modern relationships? I thought you really kind of keyed in really well how it goes.
Yeah, I think so. So I think, I mean, my day-to-day role in kind of that digital communication space is very much focused around audiences and stakeholders. So it's very much trying to, who are those stakeholders you're trying to influence, who you try to engage. So I have I hope, a successful understanding of how behaviors online exist, how people actually use those platforms. But then I think the other thing is, because I've been in the corporate world for about 15 years now, I almost approach the way I write these scripts as a kind of corporate project as well. So it's not like when I feel the artistic urge to write something, I will go and write it. It's very much, okay, I've got the story in my mind. I'm going to give myself a week at my desk to write it and sit it down, because I've given myself this fake corporate deadline in my mind and on how to approach it. So I think that's kind of influenced it a lot, but also kind of understanding, okay, people really intrinsically trust the online world when they probably shouldn't. So that's kind of an element of it.
I love that. That is so fantastic. And like I said, I really enjoyed, I mean, you can really relate to it all through all of Kevin's dates, so to speak. And Kevin, back to the acting, or excuse me, yeah, back to the acting challenge. I'm sorry, Jake called you Kevin for a second there. Talk
I'm
to
just
me
too
about,
believable. That's what it
I
is.
know, right? What do you think? I mean, what do you think this project says about kind of queer dating, loneliness, and optimism in 2026? You're kind of naysaying for a while, but then you have this great ending here. Talk about that.
I think it says that, it can, as a gay man myself, having experienced, the gay dating scene, it can be quite a bleak place. I definitely related to Kevin massively, but I think it does send out a message of, don't be scared to look a little bit closer to you. I think we always want to look like out. We want to get on the apps and find something that's like out there. And I think it sends a nice message to go, you know, love can come in all different ways. There could be somebody that's already in your life that could be that love interest for you, not to spoil too much in case, obviously people might not have seen it yet. But I think that it sends out a really nice message that keep going and it's not all bad. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And also, I think it goes hand in hand with like loving yourself. It gets to a point where you're like, you know what, I actually love myself too much to be putting myself through all of these horrible experiences over and over again.
Well said. And Rex and Asad, talk to me about this kind of episodic formula and everything you guys have created through patterns and everything. How does that work filmmaking style? I mean, some people will film everything all at once and break it down into it, but it sounds like this is you guys are doing separate takes for this, or was it all filmed at one time?
Oh,
And do you like this type of storytelling?
I'll leave the storytelling part to Asad. I'll tell you about the filming. It was all filmed at the same time. So the entirety of the 8 episodes was a 30-day shoot. In fact, what you're seeing is the things that we shot at the very, very beginning, day one, the scenes with Vera, Cecilia Noble, and Jake in the nurse's office. That was the very first day with Ryan, and then his dates were towards the very, very back. There's probably about a good 45-day in real time, 30-day in shoot days difference between the two. It makes it challenging because you're jumping from episode to episode. It's not felt chronologically. Even in the same day, you could be filming things from different episodes, particularly because there are some episodes that take place in the same location. So you simply shoot out the location, regardless of what episode is actually shooting there. So from a narrative standpoint, it's tough on the director. It's even more tough on the actors who are switching from one story to the next, and then maybe back to the one that they were filming before. So, in a sense, that's a sort of a very artificial way of approaching it, but it really concentrates the mind, and I think actually gets you the punchy performances that we get because of this, because you really don't have much time to indulge in what's happening. We're moving on to the next scene, which could be, as I said, in another episode. So from that point of view, even though a lot of challenge, I thought it was a high reward strategy. And then as far as the storytelling, Asad, that's up to you.
Yeah, as far as when it comes to writing, other than the constraints of what is realistic that can be shot under a certain budget, etc. I find it quite freeing because you've basically created a world where any character could do anything and any story could be told. And because each episode is a different style as well, you can tell any different style. It's almost like you've enforced a writing boot camp for yourself. And what you've created is your own kind of writing portfolio as well to show others like this. Look, I can write a musical. I can do this. I can do this thing. So actually, as a writer, it's a really kind of somehow I've stumbled across a way of a really freeing experience, allowing myself to create whatever's right for that character. I think the only thing is you have to ensure you are writing for the character and you're not writing the character for the story. So if you have created Kevin, what is realistic for Kevin? What is realistic for Foster? What's realistic for all these other characters that we've created? So whatever story we're placing them in, the narrative isn't driving them, they're driving the narrative.
And Foster's still around, I should say. You haven't seen him in this episode, but he's here. He's still around.
He's back.
Yes.
It's done very, very well. And I was just wondering how that happened because I've seen a lot of different people work in different ways. And so I kind of figured it all had to be filmed together, but I don't know how you guys keep that in your head from one location to another. And Jake, I'm so impressed by you because I love doing research, and so I've seen you doing American accents. I've seen you doing Southern accents when I wanted to have my shrimp and grits. You're back in London time now. Talk about, and then we talk about the challenges of this. Talk about the challenges of acting, and now you're going to be doing a singing episode. You really like to go with gusto and everything. I love that you tackle all these things. That's amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. I just love to do it all. I'm a jack of all trades and a master of all of them. Every single one. Yeah, I just love novelty and throwing myself like into new things. I've always just done like silly voices, silly accents. Ever since I was a kid, I've just always been doing that, and I love to like mimic things. So if I hear like a Southern accent, Southern American in that clip that you're talking about, I've never sat down and been like, I'm going to learn how to do one. I'll just like listen to it, and I can just eventually just kind of end up being able to do it. Yeah, I just love throwing myself into everything. I just find it's just fun. It's just, at the end of the day, like acting is, they call it a play for a reason. You're playing, like you are playing around with all this different material and voices and stuff like that. And like I went to drama school, I did musical theatre, so like to be able to sing in this musical episode was, je ne sais quoi, that was a treat to get my pipe showcased. Thank you very much. So yeah, I just like to just throw myself into everything. I just find it fun.
But you went to the Brit school where Adele
I
and
did.
Amy Winehouse went.
I went to the same school as Adele. Not
She's
as
got
old as
nothing on
Adele.
you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I like that. Brush off that little chip off the shoulder.
Yeah, me and Adele used to share a cigarette together. I'm joking. She's older than me. We were not in the same year.
I love that. Well, let's talk about the Tribeca of it all. I mean, a lot of independent films obviously have to spend a year on the film circuit before they get out to wider release. Tribeca's pretty well known. It's about 6 hours from where I'm at. So I try to go, I get my press pass every year. Don't always make it, but the films there are usually pretty top notch. Are we looking forward to this? And you guys are going to attend in person, I think, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, it's. I can't even tell you how excited we are about Tribeca. I mean, as you know, it's one of the world festivals. It's if you think of a top 10 festival in the world, top 10, top 15, Tribeca's on that list. So for our little show to have been selected by the people there, we are honored. I mean, we it sounds that we're being too groveling, but we really are honored. I mean, a show from a different country, we could look forward to it more. And Jake and I will be there. There'll be other members of our team as well in present. Our first two shows sold out, so they had to add an extra show. Now they've released more tickets, so we're not technically not sold out anymore. So if anybody's watching, come and see us. But and I think Jake is still single, so there's that extra added element.
I am, for my sins, I'm still single. Boys, line up.
When date would
That thing pimped out on the app, you have your director and producer to help you out there.
I know, my God.
That's why we double. I guess we double as pimps, don't we?
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe the Q&A can turn into like a blind date situation where I'm like sat and there's a screen, and then you've got all these people.
Right, all the prospects coming through.
Yeah, Rex, you're still there we go. Sorted.
Sounds great to me.
But honestly,
I will send a lot of my New York friends in tribute in hell at 6.5 hours. I'll buy coffee. I'm coming. That's all there is to it. All right. Talk about, Asad, what you guys are hoping the audience reaction is going to be. I mean, I love this film with all my heart. Talk about what reaction you're hoping for, and what do you want to hear after watching the episode?
Yeah, I mean, the audience reaction, I'm really hoping that the humor lands, because the jokes work in your head, the jokes work for the actors, and the jokes work for the people who are involved in production, but you don't know if it's actually working for people who aren't being paid. To me, that's a kind of key point of differentiation. So I'm hoping that they land. And from what I've seen, it's always the things that you don't think are particularly funny are the things that are landing with people, and things that you think are quite funny aren't necessarily landing. I'm hoping there's that kind of humor aspect there, but I'm also hoping that people can see, hang on, there's this aspect of my dating life. Even if you're straight, if you're queer, if you're not, whatever, you can recognize elements of your own life in there. Really hoping that that kind of lands. But I'm hoping they want to see more as well and experience, like, okay, what else is there about this character? What else is there in this universe?
I love that. Well, guys, I think it's going to be a fantastic showing. I'm going to try to get there. I try to end all my interviews with what I call 5 questions with. So I got 5 random questions I'm going to finish the interview with you guys, okay? So question number 1, and these all 5 are for all of you. Question number 1, what dating app bio would you guys write for Kevin if you were writing his dating app bio?
Oh my goodness.
Jake?
What did you say, Asad?
He's
Yeah, I think I can't top that.
I would write comes with a sexy safety salamander costume.
love the sibilant.
Yeah, lots of best.
I think what I'm trying to find it here. What's my favorite line? I think is, "You look right sexy in a gag."
And I did. Jake.
I'm not going to go there, but you looked very nice. Yes, indeed. All right, question number 2 for you all. All right, so we have a series of unfortunate events. What do you guys think, in your opinion, is the worst first date choice? Where would you think be the worst place to go on a first date, or the worst thing to do? Rex, we'll let you start.
Okay, my very first date, which was an absolute terrible choice, was a sushi restaurant because the rice kept on getting and everybody's in our mouth. I just had to look away. This handsome guy in front of me with all this rice coming out of his mouth all the time. I'm sure I looked no better. And I thought to myself, never again, never again. We never ever spoke to each other again after that. I think that those image, neither of us could eliminate it. So no to a sushi restaurant.
I love that. Jake, what about you?
I'm gonna say a fitness class because I used to work front of house in a gym, and some girl came in once and was like, "Hi, I'm here for one of the classes. Is this guy here? Yeah, this is our second date." And I said, "You're going on a date to a fitness class." I'm like, "Do you want him to like you?" Because the way I look in a fitness class, nobody would be coming near me. I look like a beetroot, so there's no way that would ever be happening. So a fitness class, just
Asad, what about you?
A seminar about dead bodies, and that did happen.
It happened.
Yes.
Asad, we need more. You need to write more because we're missing out here.
No, I just think the person had a spare ticket and they just couldn't get rid of it.
I think that's hilarious. I'm with Rex. I hate restaurant first dates because
I agree.
You hear how people chew. You watch it. You're interrupted all the time. I agree.
It's too much of a commitment as well. You're too committed to staying there the whole time. No.
It can be romantic down the line, but for a first date, no.
Yeah, no.
I don't think so. All right, question number 3. Which of you, and maybe it's all 3 of you, which of you is most likely to overthink a text message from somebody? Jake?
Can I say myself?
Sure.
I think I'm gonna take one for the team here, guys. I think it probably definitely is me, 100%. I'm the king of overthinking.
I don't know Jake that well, but I would agree.
I don't even reply. I'm a really bad friend. Like, I've got like a whole suite of stuff I still need to reply to.
I mean, Scott, he doesn't reply to me. And I'm literally at the moment at the floor above him, and he doesn't.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'd like to say,
That's a real relationship.
I know where to find you.
That's a sign of a true long-term relationship, though, Rex. I like that. All right, question number 4. I'm not sure how this is going to apply once you're setting people up online here, but who gives the best relationship advice in the group? Is it Rex and it's come see Jake and get a date, win a date with Ted Hamilton, or who gives the best relationship advice?
Oh no, I mean I'll take myself out of this one immediately. I've absolute disaster. Never ever come to ask me for advice on relationships. I'll be a little sweet now. I've been so lucky in my dating life that I really have no advice to give other than it's great, you know. So no. So I'm definitely the I am not the answer to this question.
Yeah, and I just don't reply to people, so there's no advice for me to give. So, Jake,
I will take it by default. That is absolutely fine. But you know what? I'm gonna speak highly of myself here. I do give very good dating advice. Unfortunately, I just don't listen to it myself. I give amazing advice, but if someone says it to me, I'm like, no, don't be silly. He's different. I can change him. I can change him.
Do as I say, not what I do. I am a very big part of that, Jake. 100%. All right, and question number 5 for each of you. Finish this sentence for me. Love is blind, but Kevin is blank, blank, blank.
blind, deaf, and dumb.
Oh my goodness. Poor Jake is getting skewered and
Kevin, not you, Jake.
Okay, there you go. That's from the writer, boys and girls. That's from Asad. Rex?
I was going to say Kevin is open, and I'll leave it at that.
That could be taken many ways. I'll let people watch the film. I agree. Jake?
I'm going to say love is blind and Kevin is gorgeous, beautiful, sexy, and an amazing person.
Thank you, Jake. Well, guys, you made it through. I think we had a little extra time, but I finished everything quick because I thought we were going to get backed up here. But I am so excited to talk to you all. Congratulations on the success of this. I may sneak down to Tribeca. Like I said, I have my press pass, so what the heck? But let's finish it all. As I said, I've stalked you on social media. It's fun to watch Jake fall over the finish line of his race. He's raising money for charity. Rex and Asad have these amazing travel photos. Where can they find you online? To remind everyone when the premiere is going to be at Tribeca. Rex, we'll let you start.
So I'll do the Tribeca part. So we premiere on Sunday, June the 7th, at 8:30 p.m. That's our premiere with the red carpet. We then have a second screening the following night at 6:30 on Monday, June the 8th. And then we have our third, the extra screening that they gave to us, which is at 2:30 p.m. on the following Sunday, June the 14th. There are tickets still available, and we would love to see you all there.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of finding us online, you can find us at Radio Pictures on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, and on X.
Fantastic. Jake, talk to me about New York and Pride. You're going to be going right in the heart of Pride Month here in the U.S. in New York City. June is when we celebrate. What are you looking forward to?
I am looking forward to, you know what, I really want one of those slices of pizza that everyone talks about in the street.
Yeah.
I really want to try that. I've never been to New York before, so this is...
Bleecker Street Pizza. That's the best.
I'll take you to pizza. It's delicious.
Thank you. And I'm also excited for, what is it you guys call the gay area? Is it Hell's Kitchen? Is that a thing?
Hell's Kitchen, very much so. Yeah, one of the gayborhoods, as we call it.
Gayborhoods.
Definitely.
Love. So yeah, I'm just excited to explore New York. I've never been before, so I'm super. I can't wait.
It's a fantastic place. There's nothing like it in the world, and it keeps drawing. It will.
It's an amazing time. I think you're all going to love. And June is a good time because it's just starting to get warm. The trash hasn't heated up all the way yet, so it smells pretty decent. The food is always good. You're never going to find some time for when you're not going to find some good food there. But you guys have been absolutely a delight. Anytime you have another project, you have to come. I'm going to send you my DM information in case Annie may not be able to. You may not be able to afford her on your next press junket. So we will kind of contact offline. I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Scott.
Have a good one. Thank you.